Hi everyone. Some of you have watched an old version of the video of the automatic laser cutting and unfolding. It's an updated one. This video is an updated version, so I called it version 2. So let's get started. Dynamo player. Before I continue, you'll need to have the Synthesize Toolkit installed, and these nodes should be in your place. So to have them installed, I have the first link in the description called Synthesize Overview video. So check that out to have those installed. After that, just search for K-Laser Unfold Cut. Now edit the input. Now you'll be promoted to choose some inputs. So select the faces. So I want to see that I want to test those, and maybe I want these two, and I want to cut this, and maybe this and this and this. So just click finish and click on play. It'll ask you to have an extra face. It's a reference face. You can choose literally anything. So I might actually choose, let's say I want to choose this one. Any face can work. And now it'll ask you colors. To choose your color scheme, you'll have to choose 3 colors. Just give it some seconds here. It can take a while till it unfolds everything. Now just choose your colors. I want to choose my first color as red and blue and yellow, for example. Just give it a couple of more seconds. It may actually take minutes if the geometry was complex more than this. Still running. Couple of more seconds. And it's done. So here you go. Here's your geometry. Here's this face, and here's this face, and here's this and this. So it's pretty nice. As you can see, it unfolded all of these curves. It unfolded this one, so it's ready for the laser cutting, and it also unfolded this one. Also, it showed the folds you need to use. They are optional, of course, but you can use them. So those are the pieces I have chosen. Of course, you'll need to know something. Let me just try it on these guys here. If I chose those faces and I click on OK and I click on play and chose any reference one, whatever, any face can work. OK and OK. So just give it some seconds to. You'll see that they are separated, not joined. This is a mistake here. This shouldn't happen. So in order to override this problem, you'll have to have your walls mitered. So wall joins and this, and miter them. So mitering them will actually make them equal in the strength. So these faces are tangency to these faces. If it was not mitered, so it's like something like but. So it's the joining configuration is something different. I don't want it to be like this. I want it to be mitered. So I've mitered them, and you can choose whether the interior or the exterior. It's up to you. So I chose those, and I play again. And now the question again is just choose any reference face. So the meaning of this is if you click on there, the faces will justify to the right side. And if you click something there, they will justify to the left side. It doesn't matter. Simply anything work. Now finish and choose the colors. And here you go. You have your face, you have your full face, and there's the unfolding here. Now let's try something else. Let's say, for example, a roof. And this sort of roofs. Now I'm gonna select all of these, this and this and this and this and this and this. Finish. In case you haven't noticed, the finish is on the option bar. So play. Choose the reference face, and finish is up there. And now choose your colors. And here you go, it's done. So those are unfolded. Of course, if they are a laser cut, they will actually join together. That's it. That's it pretty much of it. So some notes you'll need to consider. If you had some sort of an opening in any face like this one, chances of having some sort of let's say a looseness in the foldings is pretty high. So for example, let me choose those faces again and finish on there and play. Now finish somewhere else, finish, choose the colors. Now, it didn't lose, it went well, but as you can see, it unfolded it from this side, so you can actually connect it when it's connected and cut it. But you may actually prefer not to include the openings, so you can have a full surface and then do the cutting manually. You will need to know that according to what you're choosing and the order of your faces, the result will be actually according to that. So if I chose something like this and this and this, and let's say without this, the downward side and this, I'll have a continuous face, which is good. But if I chose along this and this, so I want the whole body to be a single surface, you're gonna make Dynamo, you're gonna give him a headache. So let's try it, see what's gonna happen. So choosing this and this and this. I'm not sure the result, how will it be, but let's see. So as you can see, it gave me something hilarious. It's the same surface, so if everything was connected well, it'll give you the expected results. But still, if you want to have something more organized, I don't want it to be in one single surface. I'll have to choose the order differently. So I'm gonna try this face along with this face and this face and that face. So I've chosen like a loop and I'm gonna play. Let's just give it some seconds. So as you can see here, it gave me something pretty much better. It gave me the whole surface as one, so I can actually fold it and have the result I want. And the other try would be just to choose this face alone and that face and click finish and then play again, choosing my reference, whatever, it's whatever, and here we go. So I have two separate faces to use in the laser cutting machine. So this is a much more organized output. So instead of this one, so it depends on your clicking on your faces you choose. So I don't want this one, I'll just delete it. Okay. So, hope that was useful and you're going to use this a lot in your project. Sometimes it doesn't give you the folds according to the complexity of the geometry, so you'll have to figure that out. Or most cases, let's say 90% of the cases, it will work as expected. And if you want to make sure if that's true, if that's working correctly, let's have a quick test here. For example, a curve and the face of this curve, and let me just play. Choosing any reference. It can be the same, by the way. Any reference might work. Okay. So it gave me something. If I want to measure it, let me just measure the arc length. I want to measure this. It's 35.5. And this one. Let's measure this out. So it's 35.5, so it's pretty precise, and for like a 2 millimeters lost here, it's okay. It's nothing with the physical world. Okay, so this is pretty much everything. Finally, some sort of test here. If you had something like paraboloid, let's say something like this. And it's pretty complex curvy face here. Problems may be expected there, but still it'll work it out itself. Choose any reference, anything. Now what's it gonna do? It's actually gonna slice the face into multiple slices and combine them. It'll try to combine them. And here you go. It sliced it up. And as you can see, it actually gives me dozens of faces here. I can manually draw the boundaries that I want. So this is the sliced surface, and it's actually gathered there above. So let's just try exporting this into CAD. Simply, by the way, just a quick tip here. Whenever you finish, just click on refresh, so Dynamo refreshes the data and flushes everything that's left in the memory. So I'm gonna go to the site plan, and I'm gonna go for Dynamo laser cut lines and manage again, load laser cut folds if I want the folds, and I'm gonna isolate them, and they're gonna be only the lines I wanted. Of course, if you don't want the folds, just choose the folds and hide it. I don't want the folds in this case, maybe not every time. And this is one piece, this is the other, this is the other, and this. Of course, this can actually be hand drawn instead of this one, which I'll do in AutoCAD. This and this, and all of the surfaces are ready to be exported into CAD. Of course, that I've moved them here, they're moved here too, so you can actually see and connect the data in your head. So now just simply file, export, CAD, DWG. Yes, I'm gonna export it into meters. Okay, next, just export anywhere and leave the temporary hide isolate on export. Now open AutoCAD. Open the file, and here you go. They're ready to laser cut in the machine. Of course, you can actually hand draw. Let's say hand draw this one like this, maybe this. So I'm hand drawing this, so it actually be replacing the interior of this, which is a mess. Just sort of these pieces has to be fixed like this. Anyways. So there's just a final thing to be doing here, which is actually joining the lines that are unjoined. So there will be unjoined lines. Just select them all and click on J, just join, and that's it. So you have this object as one single object, and this one is one, and this one is one, and one, and one, and that'll be actually that'll take less effort for the machine to work. I'm not an AutoCAD expert, there might be other ways to join the lines, but this is pretty much it. So here you go, you can unfold your Revit model, you can join it, you can easily let's say laser cut it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next videos.